About to tell you about this carbon cycle. Actually, I'm not gonna rap, just gonna talk about what's in this water. So let's just start anywhere. How about the atmosphere? We're gonna start with the atmosphere. You know what's in the atmosphere? When it's atmosphere. So what makes Earth so special from the other planets is, besides we're not just a ice block in floating through space, nowhere to go, yay, existentialism, but we have other stuff in our atmosphere, so that is one part in the carbon cycle. We have nitrogen, ammonia, carbon dioxide, and methane, and that is what makes Earth so special, because we have all these different gases in the atmosphere. The lithosphere. What is the lithosphere, you ask? It is just basically Earth, like the literal Earth. It is just blocks of soil and sand. It is really carbon rich, so that's what is so special about it. That's why we're talking about it. Like, who cares? It's because it has carbon. So you want to start with the really old stuff. So we have this dead dinosaur here. After organisms die, they are buried in the soil and their carbons are kept in the soil. So, and throughout millions and millions of years, they become fossil fuels, and we burn those fossil fuels because it will give us energy. So when we burn those fossil fuels, we of course do in factories. In factories, it is done through combustion, which is the burning of whatever it is you're burning. So factories, it of course releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and we have a chemical formula right here, which is CaH18 plus 12.5O2 yields 8 CO2 plus 9 H2O. That is the combustion formula. And we have farting cows. Cows fart out methane. So this is why it is just farting things. Methane is very combustible, which is flammable, and it creates fire. And burning of methane is CH4 2O2 yields CO2 plus 2 H2O. And when carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere, you know what happens? Some of it sinks into the ocean, and which goes into the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere, of course, is the water. Hydro, we know the roots, come on here. So we got the ocean here. So it goes into the ocean. When carbon dioxide is dense, so it's heavy. We know this, come on. Heavy, dense, so it sinks into the ocean, and when it's in the ocean, carbon dioxide dissolves, and it is very harmful actually, and it prevents calcium carbonate from forming. So if you need a shell in life, you're gonna die. But it's okay, because we don't need shells as humans. But if you're an oyster, well, not your lucky day. And when carbon dioxide is in the water, it also forms carbonic acid, drops the pH of the water, so it becomes acidic. So the formula for that, it is CO2 plus H2O yields H2CO3. But you know, only a third of the carbon dioxide sinks into the ocean and makes the ocean acidic. Acidification, very harmful. That's bad, we all know that. So what else happens? Only a third goes there, 33% if you want to be technical. So what happens to the other percentages? Of course, it remains into the atmosphere, and it also goes into the biosphere. What is the biosphere? Come on. We took biology. You should know this. It's a study of life. So everything that is alive, it is part of the biosphere. It is an ecosystem. You know what's down in the biosphere? There is mariachi cacti. So they sing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They sing, you know what happens when they sing? They just sing out oxygen. They use a process called photosynthesis, and they make sugar. They make sugar and oxygen from carbon dioxide and water with the help of light. you should know what photosynthesis is by now, because if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You should go home, please. Do you know what else happens here in the biosphere? There are such things as cows that we mentioned that farting cows bad. And we also have koalas. What koalas do? They do cellular respiration. Respiration? Basically the opposite of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, it makes oxygen. Well, this one, it uses oxygen and makes it into carbon dioxide. In cellular respiration, you also make ATP. If you don't know what ATP is, I don't know what you've been doing either. Oh my god. Well, ATP, it's basically energy. Do you know what koala's gonna climb trees with? ATP. They need energy to climb those trees. Like, how are you gonna do that? Climb those trees with ATP. Life motto. So to conclude this carbon cycle, we have the biosphere, where the life things are. Koalas, cactus, cows. And then we also have carbon occurring in the lithosphere, which is basically the earth. The earth, the very underground stuff with all the fossil fuels and underground stuff, you know, keep it on the low. And then before you get that low, you also have to go through the hydrosphere. We have the hydrosphere. I lost my ocean. The ocean is right here. So we have also the hydrosphere. Carbon is right there. When the marine life, they breathe out, you know, they also do respiration, by the way. So carbon just gets trapped there. Acidic ocean, very bad, but you know, it happens, that's life. And most importantly, we all just give credit for this. Oh, the main culprit. So it's just in the atmosphere. So that's where CO2, carbon dioxide, you know, they're mostly trapped in. So in the atmosphere, atmosphere, it's just right there. And you know, it eventually is a positive feedback loop because the earth just keeps getting warmer and warmer. CO2 levels rises, we die. And so carbon is very important, but it will kill you. And that is the lesson of the day. You should walk out of this classroom feeling accomplished that you know about the carbon cycle, but you will die. You will die.